This is Good Morning San Diego.
Affordable housing is an issue across the country, but here in California, housing policies have made an even bigger problem, and it's no different here in, of course, sunny San Diego. To speak on the ongoing issue is licensed California real estate broker and good friend at KUSI, Mr. Mark Powell. Mr. Powell, welcome back. Thank you for such an early wake-up call.
No, you're welcome, Paul.
All right. As you see it, kind of broad stroke the problem, then I'll start firing questions at you, okay?
So San Diego is obviously in a housing crisis. So one way that we are going to solve this is by having some things like affordable housing projects. Every time you see a politician running, we're going to do affordable housing projects. Yet housing has not become affordable. Rent is skyrocketing. We're some of the highest rents around. And now we're seeing it affect commercial buildings. And you see Symphony Towers just sold for $45 million. Paul, that property was valued at over $100 million in 2003.
It sure was.
So why are these housing, these commercial properties coming down? It's because a lot of people are working from home. And what happened was, as people did remote work, those renters inside the office building said, you know, we don't need this giant office space anymore. Let's not renew our lease. So these properties are going vacant. And now as they go vacant, their values depreciate. But why are they going vacant? Why are people not coming into the office? It's because we don't have enough housing in San Diego to support the employees that have to go to work. So what they have to do is they have to live out in Temecula or way out in South. Some live in Tijuana. They come every day, hour-and-a-half commutes. So it's not practical for them to come into the office. Yet that is not the solution, bringing everybody back in the office to raise those rates again.
Well, the solutions don't seem to be that much at the ready, though, because we've had this problem for a time now, and it seems to be getting worse. And the idea of putting rent control for specific, like we just had a story about how the school board wants to make housing affordable for teachers, and I'm sure every segment of the workforce wants to have affordable housing for their workers. But that presents its own problems if you start instituting rent control here or mortgage control there. Does it not? Or
Paul, you hit the nail on the head. So rent control was put into San Diego as a way to make homes more affordable and make rent more affordable. Well, did it work?
It certainly hasn't.
The opposite has happened. Houses have gone up, rent has gone up, and one of the reasons why rent goes up is because landlords or property owners are limited on how much they can raise their rent every year. They can only raise it, the max is 10%, 5% plus the cost of living. So what do? Because they don't know if they can raise it or not. Every year they just raise it, and they keep raising it. Now it's skyrocketed, it's out of control. So what the politicians really need to do is they need to incorporate things such as streamlining permitting fees. They need to waive permitting fees on affordable housing projects. They need to cut out these ridiculous climate action mandates that require you to do things.
But this is such an environmentalist haven for people wanting to protect the three-eyed toad that that's great and verbal to say, hey, we got to streamline it, but can you get it past the environmentalist lobby?
Well, we're going to have to. Because if we don't, we're not going to be able to live in San Diego anymore. So you've got like police officers, nurses, teachers. Look, Paul, I said this before. When I was a teacher in the 90s, I purchased a house for $147,000 in Claremont on a teacher's salary. Now, a teacher today, to buy that same house, has to make $240,000 a year. It's just not going to happen. So they have to loosen up these restrictions and start building more homes.
I mean, I think that's a common lament. That how many people out there that could afford to buy the house that they're living in right now currently?
I can't. I can't afford my own house.
Yeah, if I had to move out for a couple of years and come back, I couldn't afford the house I'm living in. And I live in a salt box, nothing special.
They know what to do. You just got to do it. Just make it happen. I mean, every time somebody runs for office, they keep saying, we're going to work on affordable housing. This has been 2 decades now. It hasn't worked. They have to reduce those restrictions. Like, I'll give you an example. Requiring every house mandated to have solar on it, every new house. It just raises the price of the house.
60 grand right there, right? I mean,
yeah, you know, okay, let's have a trash fee now. Let's vote for a trash fee. That just takes down your bottom line. So it lowers your debt to income ratio. You can't afford a house anymore because you keep getting taxed and all of these permitting fees and other fees.
Yeah, the current political environment is not how can we reduce costs, it's how can we increase revenue and tax revenue, and they're choking off the very people that are living here.
And it makes it harder for people to afford a house.
Mark?
We could keep going.
That's a pretty depressing conversation we just had. Let's try to do better. Let's talk sports next time, okay?
Absolutely.
All right.